So my first idea is to put together a Lego set, and then you can take that Lego set and make a stop motion short film. Here's mine. Basically, the premise is that this girl is going camping. She goes outside in the middle of the night to check it out, look at the stars, and then she falls in the fire. Her hair's on fire, and the other girl's like, "Come on, get in. We can put out the fire in the pool," essentially. So she goes in, and boom, happily ever after. But, plot twist, look who was behind the hair on fire. So, yeah, that's my story. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my short film. I worked really hard on it. But next idea is to recreate a painting either that you see on Pinterest, which is what I'm doing, or you can recreate like a famous painting like the Mona Lisa. But even if you're a terrible artist, I feel like that'd still be a fun activity to do. The next idea is a classic cure for boredom, going to Zillow.com or any other real estate website. And yeah, just browse the different nice homes in different areas. I really enjoy doing this, and I'm looking in California. Check out this house. 4 attached garage spaces, guys. That's more than 3 attached garage spaces. This home, the shrubbery, I'm in love. I can only dream of having landscaping that beautiful in my future home. Oh, right. I switched over to Malibu to see what other results there were. $47 million house. Like, guys, if we split this, I think we can make it happen. We could split it. We can rent it, share rented. Um, they have central air. Like, come on, guys. That's the like floating chairs in the pool. So cool. Another idea is to go to the zoo. I went to the zoo a few weeks ago with my friend, and she was making fun of me for wanting to go to the zoo, but we ended up having a pretty fun time looking at all the animals, hanging out. So I would definitely recommend. Next is baking a new recipe. Here I'm making blueberry muffins, which turned out pretty good. On the recipe on TikTok. I always save recipes and then never end up doing them. So, when you're bored, it's a great opportunity to try out some new recipes. Okay, so my next idea is human bowling, glow in the dark style. I don't really have a image or clip for this because I kind of just made it up, but basically what I envision is someone is sitting on a skateboard, like Kendra in this clip, and then someone pushes that person into a bunch of pins, and the goal is obviously to try to knock down as many pins as possible. Definitely don't do this on a hill, and make sure you're doing it safely, complete at your own risk, wear padding, protective equipment, things like that. But you could also just do glow in the dark bowling. But human bowling is also fun if you want to do it cautiously. My next activity is another art centered one, but you go to PBNify or Paint by Numberify and you can upload any picture that you want. I chose this Team Umizoomi picture, of course, classic childhood show, and then you select all the colors in the image after you upload the image to the website, and it essentially creates its own paint by number template for you. This looks kind of funky. The eyes got messed up. Bot's entire head is cut off, but I just kind of edited that as I was painting. But yeah, you get the template, you print it out. As I was about to start filling in my paint by number, I realized that my nails look kind of atrocious, so bonus activity, which is to paint your nails, and you can get a little bit more fun and creative with it, but I'm just doing a solid color. But, you could do different designs or acrylics. But back to the drawing. I use smelly markers for my artwork, but you could do painting if you want to look a little bit nicer, a little bit more professional. But I think it turned out pretty fun in the end. I did kind of get lightheaded by the end of it from all the different scents of the markers. So maybe I wouldn't recommend using scented markers, but this took me like 3 hours to complete, so great activity if you have a long, like rainy day or something like that. But anyways, here was the reference picture, and here was my final product with Bot's head edited a little bit, and I gave all the characters 2 eyes. But is it perfect? Definitely not, but from afar, I think it looks like the picture. So, fun activity nonetheless. Next, if you have a bike or access to a bike, you can go bike riding and explore your town or city. You could decorate a silly cake like this minion cake that my friends and I made, and you can also do customized Guess Who or headbands with cards of people that you know, or your teachers or celebrities. Next idea is to get your ears pierced. Throwback footage from 10th grade summer when I got my ears pierced, but then it closed up because my tennis coaches made me take it out for tennis, even though tennis is a contact sport. But anyways, I did get my ears re-pierced this summer, but I didn't video it, so hence the throwback footage. But anyways, next activity is to make your own boba and not just boil the pre-made boba tapioca balls. I'm talking cutting up the fruit, adding the powder, making the dough. And I think I made this boba in 10th grade when I was still virtual during the pandemic. But anyways, this recipe was not that difficult. The steps were pretty simple, but it was pretty time consuming just because I had to knead the dough for what felt like hours, and I think it was actually hours. So yeah, but it was overall fun. It was kind of like making slime. Do it with friends at like a sleepover or just alone during your hybrid Zoom class. Up to you, really. Okay, so my next idea is to scroll on Pinterest and then plan outfits for Coachella or any type of festival or event, or even just like you could do like outfits based on music, album covers, and things like that. You don't even have to wear these outfits to anything, they don't even have to be clothes that you own. I don't plan on ever going to Coachella, but I thought this was so much fun to just be able to be creative and make fun outfits. But I am moving to California, so maybe I will go to Coachella one year and pull up in one of these outfits because low key, I think this is kind of a fire fit. But let me know what you guys think of my outfits. I feel like a white long maxi skirt that's like flowy might fit this vibe better of this outfit, but I was working with what I could find on Pinterest, so hence the kind of funky white tennis skirt. But here are the outfits that I came up with. Next idea is to make pizza and have like a pizza night. I found this recipe for pizza dough, which is just Greek yogurt and self-rising flour, I think. So it's super easy to make, and you can use it to have a little pizza night. Be a tourist in your own city or town. I feel like there's a lot of fun things that you can do that you might overlook because you see it as like tacky or just not something you consider doing as a local. There'll be a full video on being a New York City tourist for a week, so that'll be coming soon. Next up, we got a two-parter. So first is to go to a plant store and buy a plant and then make a pot for that plant. Why do they just look like really thick eyebrows? Okay, so like how does this work? Do I call the Mona Lisa or So how does this work? Like, do I call the Louvre or do they call me?
Clearly, I have a hidden talent for sculpting.
Anyways, I wanted to recreate this plant pot that I found on Pinterest, I think. So I found an owl pot from Etsy and then added clay and painted it to look like a strawberry cow, hence the pink spots and the little green leaves. Here's the final product. So I think it's really cute. You could go vintage shopping or thrifting. I feel like it'd also be really fun to have a lemonade stand. Next idea is to go to the beach and collect seashells and then do some sort of project with them, like put them in your hair or make phone cases with them. I also recently started using Notion, which is a website that I use to help plan out my summer, and you can also just use it to plan out your life in general. But yeah, I have my task list and then also a calendar view, so it helps me stay organized and make sure I'm not forgetting to do anything. Next is to follow a Vogue celebrity makeup tutorial. And yeah, I'm not implying here that I'm a Vogue makeup celebrity, but here's me doing makeup as if I was following a tutorial. Anyways, next, getting dim sum. So much fun. Hashtag API love. Next is to fly a kite. And look at how happy this girl is. This girl could be you guys if you fly a kite this summer. Anyways, next is to have a PowerPoint night. Gather your friends and you each make a slideshow based on a different prompt. So here are some ideas. Next is actually a pretty productive thing that I definitely needed to do, which is if you're a tote bag girl like me, to go through all of them because I always just toss them on the ground when I get home. But it's definitely good to go through them. I found a water bottle which has been in my room festering for weeks. Anyways, next is to run a mile while listening to classic throwback music to try to make it a slightly more enjoyable experience. You can have an epic holiday festive day where you listen to Christmas holiday music and bake cookies, make hot chocolate, watch holiday movies, all that sort of stuff. The next idea is to do a closet clean out and just go through all your clothes, take out things that you don't wear anymore, especially if you're going off to college. You want to let in the load of what you're going to be bringing, which is going to be great for me because I don't want to have to bring clothes I'm not going to end up wearing all the way to the other side of the country. After you do your closet clean out, you can also sell or donate your clothes as another activity. Next idea is to do a temporary tattoo. I've had this pack of temporary tattoos since I think I was like 5 or 6, so I wasn't sure if it was gonna work. I think it did work. I just didn't pat the bottom side enough, so it didn't really stick. But the top part looks pretty good. That's pretty pristine. But yeah, I just colored it in and added some glitter. And boom, done. Next activity, which is going to the library or bookstore and picking out a book, and then going to a cafe and reading your book. And you can also pay for the coffee of the person behind you or their order. And look at how happy the person behind you will be when you do that. Anyways, next is paint at the beach. So cute. We have some major throwback footage here. I think this is from 2016 or 2017. But a fun idea. You can never go wrong with making some slime, taking it back to the good old days. Okay, next we have learn jump rope choreography. Basically, there's this YouTuber who makes jump roping routines, and they actually look pretty challenging, so I feel like it'd be a good workout and also just fun and cool to learn and to be able to do. Like, come on, that's so cool. Anyways, next is go stargazing. I feel like this is just a classic summer activity. Next, Jane Birkinify your bag. Basically, just add charms, lace, bows, things like that. Next is to do crosswords. I really like the dictionary.com daily crosswords. Next, make s'mores. Even if you don't have like a campfire or something like that, you can just do it on the stove and it still turns out pretty scrumptious. And there you have it. I didn't think we would make it, but that's 40 plus things to do when you're bored. Hopefully, you're not bored anymore, and I'll see you guys next time. Maybe.